Welcome back to Let's Get Cooking. It's your girl Rashida, and today I'm going to show you how to make this yummy to your tummy hash brown breakfast casserole. This thing is good. But first, have you subscribed? If you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Subscribe. Let's get started. It's a few ingredients. I'm definitely using some shredded cheese, eggs, of course, sausage, milk, peppers. I have a variety of red, yellow, green peppers, and some onions. I also have some hash browns, some green onions, and some sour cream. That's about it. Salt and pepper. Before I begin the cooking process, I want to preheat my oven to 350 degrees. And then first things first, I'm going to cook the sausage. I have a pound of sausage, just using the whole roll, the whole package. You can use sausage. You can welcome to use bacon. Turkey sausage is another good one. Or you can just do veggies. You can just do all veggies. You don't even need a meat. But I'm using here this pork sausage. And I'm just going to ground that, cook it to it's mostly done because it'll finish cooking in the oven. While my meat is cooking, I just wanted to know, have you ever made a breakfast casserole? If so, what do you put in yours? Please leave it in the comments. Let me know. Share, share, share. This is my first time making this particular hash brown casserole. I saw a recipe. It looked delicious, so I said, well, let me go ahead and give it a try. It's a great family dish. It's a great meal for families. If you have children, if you're cooking for just a large group, this is a great casserole. It makes probably about 8 to 10 servings. So as you see, my meat is finished browning. And then I'm going to go ahead and set this to the side. Discard the meat from the pan, and I'm going to continue to use the pan with the flavor, with the drippings in it, to go ahead and saute my peppers and onions. Okay, once my pan is clear, I went ahead and added just a pat of butter, and that's probably just about a teaspoon or two of butter, and that's just to saute the veggies. And like I said, I'm using red peppers, green peppers, yellow peppers, and just a regular onion. And I'm going to go ahead and just saute these for no longer than about a minute or two. I tried to do like a fine dice on them. You know, when you have casseroles, sometimes you don't like real big pieces. So I tried to just dice it up a little bit fine, but not too fine that you couldn't taste the pieces in the casserole. So I'm sauteing this, and once that's done, I'm going to add back in the sausage and just stir those together. We're really not cooking at this moment. We're just sauteing, combining, because this is what's going to go into the oven. Okay, now just adding back in that sausage that I just prepared first. It's a pretty easy meal to make. That's one thing I like about it. Very simple. So there I'm just combining the peppers, the onions, and the sausage. And then I'm going to add one more ingredient. Some people add mushrooms. So if you want like a veggie casserole, you can add mushrooms. You can add broccoli. You can probably add asparagus, whatever veggies you like. But I am going to add some spinach. So at this moment, I'm just going to add in a cup or two of spinach. Not cook it down completely, as it will finish cooking in the oven. And this is my filling. This is the meat filling, should I say. Then we're going to go to the eggs. Let's get to the next main part of the casserole, and those are the eggs. I have 10 eggs here. You can make between 8 and 10. I think 10 is a good number to make. I'm adding in some salt, pepper, and a little bit of Italian seasoning. Definitely want salt to flavor up your eggs. Definitely want to add some pepper, and the Italian seasoning, it just gives it a nice little flavor. I'm adding in a cup of whole milk. You can also use half and half if you have it, but I had whole milk, so that worked just fine. And I'm just going to mix this real well, making sure to just get a good mixture to pour in the pan. So in this bowl, I just have my eggs, salt, pepper, a little Italian seasoning, and a cup of whole milk. And if you have half and half, definitely you can use that. It's time to prep the baking dish. I'm using a 9 by 13 baking dish, or slightly larger. I actually had one, that blue one. I greased it down and everything, and I was like, that's too small. So I went with my larger. This might be 11 by 15, but 9 by 13, 11 by 15 should work fine. I greased it down with a little bit of butter. And first I'm adding in, now it's time to add in all the ingredients. I'm going with my hash browns. This is about 2.5 cups of shredded hash browns. Frozen hash browns from the store work just fine. Also, I was thinking if I make it in the future, which I definitely will, I might go ahead and cook my hash browns a little bit first, just to give it more of a texture after it's baking. But the recipe said just add the hash browns, so I did that, and it was fine. Then I'm adding in my sausage and pepper filling mixture. So it's hash browns, the sausage and pepper and veggie mixture. And then on top of this, I'm going to add in, I have shredded cheese. I'm adding in about a cup and a half of cheese over these ingredients. So this is the assembly process. There's the cheese. I have about 2.5 cups in total. Like, you cannot go wrong with cheese. But you definitely can use a low-fat cheese. If you don't want all the fat, you can use, probably you can change it up, add a pepper jack. A Monterey Jack would definitely give it a nice burst of flavor if you want a little spice in your dish. Next up are the eggs. Just want to pour all my eggs over the mixture that's already in the dish. Just try to spread it out as evenly as possible. And I'll also do a little bit of mixing just to make sure everything is evenly distributed. So all those eggs we definitely want to use. And then once that's in the pan, I am just going to give a little bit of a stir, or a little bit of mix of the ingredients. Won't stay here very long. And then the final touch is to add the rest of the cheese. So I'm adding in the rest of it's about a half a cup or 3/4 of a cup of cheese left. And I'm just going to add that to the top. And just the idea, you can add 2 different types of cheese. So whereas shredded cheese was already in the other mixture, then you can also combine, put some mozzarella, like I said, Monterey Jack. So you can definitely play around with your cheeses. Whatever cheese you prefer, that's the one you should definitely use. And once everything is in the pan, it's ready to go in the oven. Remember that oven is preheated to 350 degrees. This needs to cook at least 45, I would say 45 to 50 minutes. Just want to make sure the eggs are cooked well, everything is combined, and it's completely done. So that here is the hash brown breakfast casserole before it goes in the oven. And here is the casserole once it comes out. That is good. That looks good. So, want to let it cool for about 5 or 10 minutes. Doesn't take long at all. It's really ready to be served. If you have everything else ready to go with it, this can be served right out the oven. As always, thanks for coming in the kitchen. Thanks for cooking with me today. I showed you how to make this delicious Hash Brown Breakfast Casserole. It is worth the effort. You guys, please make this for your family and friends. They'll love you for it. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. Until the next video, have a blessed day and a blessed week. Take care.